Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 151. It's Thursday today here in Cincinnati. Beautiful sunny day, and also snow is on its way. So all the roads have been salted and everyone's talking about what kind of quantity of snow we're going to get, and I'm pretty sure the kids and the teachers are all praying for one more snow day before the season hopefully starts to switch to spring. I had yoga this morning with my mom, which has been a few weeks since we've been able to do that together. And the story that I'm going to share will lead us into this topic for today. The topic is It's a Small World, which may immediately start that song singing in your mind. If so, enjoy it. It will probably last all day, because once you open up that melody, it doesn't seem to go away for a while. But first, the story. So today when we were in yoga, I had sent an email to our instructor last week saying, I can't make it. I've got this launch that I'm just finishing up, and I'll be there next week. So today when I walked in, she's like, what's the launch? What was it that you were launching? And so I was sharing with her for a moment about my energy gym. So she very graciously allowed me to share it with the whole group, when we were in our yoga community. And so I was talking about it and kind of stumbling over my words a little bit because I haven't quite got my pitch, my intro, my explanation 100% down when it's impromptu. And so at the end of class, this woman who was sitting next to me, who's been in this class for, I don't even know, 2 or 3 years with me, and we've said hi and talked, but we were sitting next to each other today, and she was asking me a couple questions about it, and I had used the word visualization, and she said, my daughter has been working on visualization and teaching that, and she asked, do you know her? And she said her name. I'm like, what? That's your daughter? Your daughter's like, come to my house. She's been at a New Moon Circle before. She's awesome. That's your daughter? It was one of those moments where you're just so delighted at how small the world is, at how interwoven our lives are, and how when we're open to, I guess, sharing or expanding, perhaps that's a better word, when we're open to expanding our circles and becoming more visible and talking more about the creations and the things that we're sharing with the world, it seems like the little links and threads that we aren't typically aware of start to show themselves. And it's such fun. It's so much fun. So we just had the best conversation, and I got to tell her how amazing her daughter is, and, just reflecting to her as a mother, what a beautiful job she's done with this incredible soul. It was so fun. So on the way home, my mom and I were just talking about, this energy gym and sharing some of the things that I'm working on. And I came home and I was just reflecting on the connections and thinking about that game that people play. I don't play it, but I think lots of people play it because it's a phenomenon. It's a thing. The 6 degrees of separation, or the 6 degrees of how everyone is connected to Kevin Bacon. And so I researched online because I'm like, that would be a fun topic. And as I was looking at it, it says the concept of the 6 degrees of separation is that no two people anywhere on this earth are more than 6 degrees of separation away from each other. That if you explored every possibility, one person with another person on the other side of the world, you will find within 6 degrees that they are connected somehow. which is the whole concept of social media, right? LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. It's that everybody starts to connect with everybody else in a virtual way. So I was pondering the coolness of that idea and this whole new moon in Pisces, which is very much about the cosmic and how we can bring that cosmic universal connection down and into this human reality. And as I was pondering all of that, I was thinking about the song, It's a Small World. So another story. When I was 6 years old, 6 or 7, I think it was 6, my parents, so my dad is American and all of his family, most of his family's in Ohio, and my mom is from South Africa. And so when they were married and raising us in South Africa, every once in a while they'd want to come back to the States so that Dad could see his family and we could meet everybody. So we came, I believe, when I was about 1, and then I remember we came when I was somewhere 5 or 6. And we went to Disney World. I mean, whoa. was that 6? I'll have to check with my mom. It was either 6 or it was a little bit later. I'll have to ask her. But I remember being a young child at Disney World in It's a Small World, that ride. And the magnificence of that experience. Because when you're a little person and you're going through this dark ride, this dark tunnel, and all around you are these little children that are singing these songs with all the different costumes from around the world, it's mesmerizing. It's entrancing, and it's so true. It's so true as you're listening to the words. Like, it is a small world. And for me especially, when you're not in the United States, when you're not an American, Disney World is like nirvana. It's heaven. And every child outside of the States wants to go to Disney World if they are aware that it exists. And for me, that was like paradise. I believe it's the same for children in the United States too, but even more so if you're not an American. So I remember that ride very distinctly, and as I was reflecting on that here now, I'm like, I wonder what the lyrics are. I mean, I have a little bit of it in my memory, but not all of it. So I bring you, just for your pleasure, the lyrics of It's a Small World, because on the other side of this new moon in Pisces, it just feels so true and so perfect to share. In case you don't know, because I didn't know this, the Sherman Brothers wrote It's a Small World, and it was written in 1964. And then the first time it opened in Magic Kingdom was 1971 in October, which happens to be the year I was born. The song is as old as me, which is pretty old. So that was kind of funny to read. And then the other thing that Wikipedia told me through Google is that it is the most publicly performed song of all time. Isn't that amazing? I think that's incredible. Like, what a statement that is, that It's a Small World is the most performed song here on Earth. I mean, we're so predictable at times as humans. So here's the lyrics. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. There is just one moon and one golden sun, and a smile means friendship to everyone. Though the mountains divide and the oceans are wide, it's a small world after all. Isn't that amazing? Such powerful words in a children's song that are teachable for all of us as adults. And it's just such a fun reminder. If it is such a small world, like, who do we know that we don't even know that we know? And can we open up to enjoying the delight of finding out what those connections are? Like, how fun. How fun. All right, I challenge you to go find this song and listen to it and just sing along just once, just for fun. It's good stuff. good stuff on this Thursday. We will see what the snow brings for tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.